Nowadays, it seems like there's a marijuana dispensary on every corner. Tulsa's investigative reporter Janna Clark looks into the reason why Oklahoma's medical marijuana industry is growing like a weed. It's a FOX23 investigation.
Here in Tulsa, people say it seems like there's a dispensary on just about every corner. There's one right here, there's one right here, and here, and here, and here. They seem to be everywhere. On just about every street you drive down in Tulsa, you'll spot a dispensary.
Yeah, there are a lot.
The marijuana business is booming right now.
Savannah Evans manages the Grasshopper dispensary at 51st and Memorial. She says they have their own grow and opened their original dispensary in 2018, then this second one about a year ago.
Have you heard people talk about just how many dispensaries there are here?
Yes, that's one thing that I do hear about a lot.
Lifelong Tulsan John Hamill sees new ones showing up too.
There are so many of them popping up. Oh, there's another new one. That wasn't here the last time I went there.
John says it reminds him of a couple of other economic parallels in Tulsa's history, like when Oklahoma made it legal for liquor to be sold. Here's the front page of the Daily Oklahoman with the headline declaring state goes wet in 1959.
And boom, 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 liquor stores went off. Often these small little liquor stores. I remember a good friend of my father's trying to convince my father to invest in liquor stores, and everybody was investing in liquor stores.
Then came the convenience store boom in the 1970s and 80s.
You had Get and Go and Quick Trip came together at the same time. Then you had 7-Eleven came in, Circle K came in, U-Totem came in. You had convenience stores on every street corner and some in the middle of blocks.
Then voters made medical marijuana legal in 2018.
Hey, we got to get in on the ground floor on this. And it's like any economic boom of a new service or a new product. Everybody wants to get on the ground floor.
In the first 6 months, the number of dispensaries in Tulsa skyrocketed to 141. And now that number has jumped to 310 in Tulsa County. Look at the trend statewide. You see an overall increase since 2018. We hit the peak this year in March with almost 2,900 dispensaries in Oklahoma.
Why do you think there are so many?
I guess a lot of people are using them.
You looking for anything else?
Now, 350,000 Oklahomans have a medical marijuana card. That's 1 in 9 adults. People told me why they got cards.
So I got my card originally because I got PTSD and anxiety.
I was in a car accident. Actually, I was hit by a car, and I broke both my legs and both my knees and my pelvis in 3 places.
All these states legalized medical marijuana, but Oklahoma is the only state that has no qualifying medical conditions to get a card. On the form, physicians can list a patient's medical conditions, but they don't have to.
How many of the people that are coming to buy things do you feel like truly need the help? And how many are you think are just kind of using the card as an excuse?
I would say about 99% of our patients actually are here for healing, just because I've been trying to veer it more towards the medicine side of things and not the let's get high side of things.
Do you think it's too easy to get your medical card in Oklahoma?
Honestly, no. I would say maybe they could make a couple more qualifying conditions in order to get a medical card.
Savannah says Oklahoma is getting more strict on dispensaries.
Give me an example of one of the new laws.
You have to make sure that you get a background check on all of your employees, and then the limit laws have changed recently.
Do you think that the number of dispensaries will dwindle because of all these laws?
Yeah, I think so. There are so many out there that I just don't think that they're getting on board with all the new laws.
Have you heard about dispensaries getting shut down?
I have.
Do you think there'll continue to be this many?
Yeah, of course.
There's a need for them. If there wasn't a need, they wouldn't be out there.
John thinks differently, going by Tulsa history, with the diminishing convenience stores and liquor stores.
Law of supply and demand, they started disappearing. And today, if someone from out of town said, where do I find a liquor store, I'd have to think.
John thinks the same thing will eventually happen with dispensaries, too.
In the case of all of these marijuana dispensaries, there's too many of them. Yeah, well, we ought to be a law against. No, just calm down. They're going to weed themselves out, and I hate to use that pun for marijuana dispensaries, but they will be weeded out by economics. It's inevitable.
Since medical marijuana became legal in Oklahoma, more than $500 million has been generated in tax revenue. $289 million of that goes to regular state and local taxes. The rest, $231 million, goes to fund things like substance abuse education and other state programs. In Tulsa, covering news that matters, Janna Clark, Fox 23 News.
The Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority, or OMMA, oversees dispensaries. They told us that so far this year, they suspended the licenses of 16 dispensaries across the state. One of the main reasons is because the product was not reported in their statewide tracking system.
Do you have a tip or issue that you think Janna Clark should investigate? Let us know. Email fox23investigates@fox23.com or call 918-388-5354 or search Fox 23 Janna Clark on Facebook.